began with a note left on my sketchbook. 2 simple words, "Meet us tonight," and beneath them, concentric circles like ripples calling me forward. That invitation led me to a warm-lit hall where 30 strangers gathered around a table carved with names and sketches, testaments to lives intersecting in ways I never expected. A woman with silver hair met my eyes and whispered, "You've felt it too. We all have." In that moment, I understood. Each of us had followed our own ripples, small acts of courage and kindness, and tonight, those ripples converged into something greater. We placed symbols of our journeys on the table, a photograph, a pen, a tiny sculpture, and shared the stories behind them. The compliment that sparked a friend's promotion, the note that inspired a writer to submit her work, the workshop that gave teens a voice. As each person spoke, I felt the power of our shared narrative, realizing that when individual ripples align, they form a wave of collective purpose. Under soft lamplight, we inscribed our combined intention onto a scroll, words like empowerment, connection, and kindness in action. We sealed it with wax, then transformed it into a digital beacon. Today, we choose to empower one another. Tag 3 people who lift you up, and let's forge a chain of kindness. That night, our message spread across social media at the speed of connection. Volunteers doubled in community gardens. Senior support apps saw record sign-ups. Mentorship groups filled to capacity. It wasn't magic. It was resonance. But we didn't stop there. When skepticism arose, questions of performative goodwill, we met again, listened deeply, and designed real-world follow-through, volunteer fairs, Skillshare sessions, pop-up community events. True stewardship meant honoring both praise and critique, refining our ripple into a movement rooted in authenticity. Weeks later, we gathered at a free community summit, lantern-lit walls lined with postcards of kindness from around the world, workshops thriving with energy, art therapy circles, coding crash courses, urban gardening demos. Standing before that sea of faces, teens, retirees, entrepreneurs, I felt the living tapestry we had woven together. Yet even then, I sensed a deeper undertow. This was not just about events or apps or festivals. It was about the invisible threads tying us together. I watched a teen mentor a neighbor in planting seeds. I saw a retiree teach coding to a child. I witnessed strangers become collaborators, united by a shared intention. Each micro-connection glowed like a single spark in a dark room, but collectively, they formed a beacon, bright enough to guide lost hearts home. This is the calling of the collective. When our parallel lives converge, we co-author each other's stories. Each ripple we've sent, however small, has returned as an invitation to greater purpose. And now, standing at this threshold, I realize the true power lies not in what we do alone, but in what we create together. So here's the invitation. Pick your ripple. Maybe it's a kind word to someone who doubts themselves. Maybe it's volunteering an hour to teach a skill you love. Maybe it's simply listening, truly listening, to a friend's story. Share it with Not on a Parallel Ripple, tag 3 people, and watch how your single act becomes a wave that lifts an entire community. Because every ripple in this vast human ocean matters. Every choice to reach out, to encourage, to connect, resonates beyond our sight. And as those ripples fold back toward us, they carry the promise of a brighter tomorrow, a tomorrow we build hand in hand, story by story, ripple by ripple,